This is Tanks Vlog, July 18th, 2018, with an all-star edition of the Daily Wrap-Up in Sports. The all-star game was in Washington, D.C. for the first time in nearly 50 years. And there was a sense of deja vu early in the day as heavy rains came down. And, but by the time it was for the all-star festivities to start, the thunderstorms had cleared out, and we got a nice game in. Of course, the game was on Fox, so Joe Buck smothered it and crushed it, and it's he doesn't let a moment breathe. He is, without a doubt, the worst announcer in the history of sports. He is so irritating. It's like nails on a chalkboard. If Joe Buck's name was Fred Jackson, he would be nowhere. He's got that job because his father was a Hall of Fame broadcaster who he just oh, God, and Fox has got to put him on everything. Because his mother was, get this, a Fox executive. Awful. The only thing was worse was when it was Joe Buck and Tim McCarver together. That was the only thing that was worse. And they want to talk about why All-Star ratings are down? Well, first off, the All-Star game is not as special as it used to be because every game's on TV. But I bet you a large reason, and I mean a large reason, why the All-Star game ratings suffer is because people don't want to listen to Joe Buck rattle on. And then he's doing in-game interviews. Oh, God. Oh. In short, Joe Buck, you suck. Joe Buck, you suck. Joe Buck, you suck. You're very awful. You're very terrible. I say, Joe Buck, you suck. Joe Buck, you suck. You're pretty pathetic. You really stink. Why can't this thing... Why is this... Look at this. Joe Buck must be clearing my phone right now because it's blurring like you wouldn't believe right now. There it is. Finally. Will you stop autofocusing me? I've turned off all the features that say automatic focus, but still it does it. So basically, we had a home run derby within the All-Star game this year with a record 10 home runs. Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Wilson Contreras, Trevor Story. The big blast was Gene Segura, who I think should have been the All-Star game MVP. He had 3 RBI, scored the 8th run in the 10th inning. There shouldn't have even been a 10th inning, but... and you know what's funny is? Joey Votto with that drop fly ball, he's got to be the happiest person in the world right now of Scooter Gennett hitting that 10th inning homer to tie the game. But they also got a home run for Christian Yelich. And then both times that they naturally tied the game, when Trevor Story tied the game in the 7th, Segura responded with a 3-run homer after the Votto drop fly. And then back-to-back home runs by Alex Bregman and George Springer off of Ross Stripling. You know what's funny is, it felt like the World Series. Astro players hitting bombs off of Dodger relievers in extra innings. I mean, you could see Dave Roberts. He felt like he looked like that meme with the crab from SpongeBob with the room spinning. That's what it must have felt like for Dave Roberts watching Astros hit home runs off of a Dodger reliever. Although I guess it feels good that he'll be taking a consolation prize. He lost the All-Star game again. The National League lost again. 8-6 was the final. And Joey Votto, who had that big error earlier, hit a home run in the 10th to make it 8-6. But Stripling's terrible 10th basically wrote off any chance the National League had to win. I think the only one who had a worse game than worse day than Ross Stripling is Josh Harder. Yeah. You give up 4 runs. You give 4 hits, 3 runs, and some, let's just say, bad tweets got uncovered. That's a little unfair, and everyone just responds to everything. He was a stupid kid when he made those tweets. Just let it go. People just overreact to everything. But Dave Roberts has to be happy with his consolation prize taking Manny Machado, because all indications are that Machado is going to the Dodgers. The reports are a handshake agreement has been reached between the Orioles and Dodgers for the trade to commence on Wednesday. You knew Machado was going somewhere. You knew he wasn't coming to New York because the Mets were not going to get him, and the Orioles would rather have throw him into a vat of acid and lava than to trade him to the Yankees. So we'll see who the Orioles get when the trade becomes official. And the second half is going to be here. The Mets are playing for nothing. The Yankees have got to try to make up 4.5 games to win the division. They have the second best record in baseball, but the team that has the best record is just ahead of them in the AL East, the Boston Red Sox. I think the All-Star break should slow down the Sox. They can't possibly stay as hot as they've been. Jeez. Nobody stays that hot forever. So we'll see how that works out. And that's what happens. We got our 3 stars today are all from the All-Star game. And we're taking Alex Bregman. The MVP, personally, I think Gene Segura should be the MVP. He was our second star, and Scooter Gennett of the Reds, who had the game-tying home run in the 9th, is the 3rd star. Today's birthday shout-out goes to longtime Yankee manager, used to manage the Mets too, Hall of Famer Joe Torre turned 78. And we take a look back to 1999, the unbelievable collapse of Jean Van de Vold in the U.S. Open. It was just, if you want to talk about one of the most painful things to ever watch the 18th hole of Jean Van de Vold at Carnoustie, where this year's Open is again. The Open is coming back to Carnoustie and begins on Thursday. So check that out, and also check out Allow Me to Be Frank on SoundCloud and iTunes. We have Clem as a guest as we bury the Mets and possibly bury them for a long time to come, because things do not look good for this organization at all. A total mess, a total joke, a total disgrace. Hey. I don't know if I'll be doing a vlog the next few days. I'll have to see if the mood strikes me or not. The next 2 days, there's absolutely nothing going on. It's the deadest days in sports. The 2 days after the All-Star break. So, we'll see how I feel. Good day.